We don't decide the purpose. Allah decides the purpose. Allah decides the direction with the purpose toward the oneness that Allah has ordained for us. I say that because one of the scholars of Islam, one of my teachers, my Imam Muhammad, said something very profound. That was a keystone for me. You know, if you study scholars, if you study Quran, if you study other scholars of Quran, and he's one of our top scholars. He said something that really touched me in a very special way. He said, that the movement of the African American experience brought about a new people. A new people. Now that was deep. It's not really hard to understand. There was a group of people that were taken from their homeland. And they were brought here. And if you study every ethnic group, every people's story in every ethnic group, there is some struggle involved, some hardship they have to overcome, some mountain they have to climb, sometimes hills and valleys. So coming from the African continent, which is the mother of civilization, mother of life. You know, Africa is the mother of life. Something happened in that transport. People lost their name, their language, their culture, their identity. Now, what was unique about the American experience was every people that in their struggles, they were able to hold on to something in their life. They had a cultural or historical connection that led them through the hardship and the trial. Something unique about the African American experience was when we were transported here, we lost our name, our language, our culture, and our human identity. That's some powerful stuff. Most people can reconnect through one of those four. One of those four can reconnect you. When you know, I can tell you a personal story. Many of us as descendants of African slaves, it's hard for us to take our history back more than 100 years. Now, most people can take their history back 1,000 years. I did a DNA thing through National Geographic Genome Profile. It's called the Genome Project. I did a DNA swab. And my DNA swab takes back both my mother and my father. Now, males you have it in your DNA, they can trace you back through all your father's fathers and all your mother's mothers. Females have that mitochondrial DNA, and this focuses on the female. So I was able to look at my father's genetic lineage and my mother's genetic lineage. My mother comes from the oldest people on the planet. Northeast Africa, according to the National Geographic Genome Project. They classify it in groups called originals. She's from the old group, the originals. That's powerful in itself. Oldest human family, my mother. And they go back up to 100,000 years. So, I mean, that's not even, we know that human beings been around for 2.5 million years in different forms. They only go back 100,000+ years in their project. But they can trace you back. They know the progression of human life and the directions all throughout the planet. They reverse engineer through the DNA. My father's people go back 50,000 years, but his people left his part of his lineage, I know part of his lineage is Native American. But that lineage left Africa. His travel takes him through Mecca. The arrow goes through Mecca. I never knew that. In my DNA is a history of millions of years, but travels that are locked into my DNA that I don't even know of. So when people made the sojourn from Africa to America, that was all canceled out. Name, language, culture, history, identity, gone. But the believer always knows that Allah has a plan and a purpose. When Imam W. Muhammad said that this was a new people, he was saying that our destiny was to be regenerated on two things: the fitra Allahi, Allah's natural pattern in the Quran 30:30, upon which He created man on, and this Quran. The natural pattern in creation, my DNA, that's all I had left was my DNA. And in this DNA was a natural pattern that was driving me towards something. And the only thing that brought that to life was this Quran. The Quran gave this people purpose and direction. We were able to then reconnect with this natural excellence Allah had placed in us, that the world had canceled out and negated, and still does. You know, racism is so powerful in America, and this is no slam for anybody, it's just real. When America has a unique form of racism, and it's really in the culture, in the DNA of a country, and I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people may not maybe connect with the history. When America was founded, it said, the Declaration of Independence said, all men are created equal and endowed by the Creator with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That was the founding principle of America. All men, at that time women weren't human beings. All men are created equal. We know they are now. We know Allah made us equal. But the thinking, the political thinking of the founding of America, that wasn't a reality. I created equal and endowed by the Creator with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When you found a whole society on that principle, you then are bound to honor life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all men in your society. So how do you justify that when the people who created that reality were slave owners? The only way you can justify it is that the slaves are not men. They're less than men. They're subhuman. So built into the subconscious psyche of America was this thinking that some people are full human beings and others are less than that. Women, slaves, Asians, Africans, everybody else. So the political order, when the Constitution was created, they had to codify that thinking, and so in order to create legislative districts for representation, they created an artificial designation of the personage of slaves were 3/5 of a human being. So it was put into the language of the founding documents of society that some people are 3/5 of a human being. Why are we saying that now? Because those ideas carry people throughout their whole development of the society. It's only within the last 100 years. This year, I can't stop without saying this. This year represents the 400th anniversary of the first slave ship coming to America. 2019. The first slave ship came in 1619. 400-year experience. And only within the last 100 years did the legal system begin to turn around. With the Emancipation Proclamation, the freedom of the slaves, and then a whole series of civil rights initiatives that culminated in 1965. 63, 64, 65, 64, 65. We're saying that because for the believer, I'm saying, wow, why did Allah send me through that? 400 years of degradation, missing my humanity. But when I emerged out of that, Islam was waiting for me. When I came out of slavery, Islam was waiting for me. The first earliest Muslim movement started in 1870 in America. They evolved up into the 1900s and all the way up until 1920s, 1930s. It was rich with Islamic movements, primarily targeted toward the African American community. My soul, my ancestry, my DNA connected with that. Why? Because Allah had a plan for me. The Quran says the unbelievers plot a plan and Allah plans. Allah is the best of plans. So no matter what you may personally experience or we personally experience collectively, know that Allah has a plan, a strategy, a design that may unfold for hundreds of thousands of years, 1,000 years, 400 years. In your whole lifetime it may be unfolding, but it's the plan of Allah, pushing you in a direction, pushing you for a goal and a purpose just for you.
Like there.
Never give up hope. Never waver in your faith. Because Allah has something special for you. Let me mention one more thing before we pause and we can close out, because I'm looking at the time. وَهُوَ الَّذِي يَقْضُهُ حَقَّهُمَا يُؤْمِنُ. It's He who originates creation in repeats it. When Imam Muhammad said that this is a new people, he was speaking from Quran. He was speaking from Quran. This phrase in Quran appears at least a half dozen times. The last time is twice in Surah Rum, wrong. Twice in Surah Rum. That's the emphasis being placed. 30:11 and 30:27. So twice So the room is very, very important because it's also the surahs, Surah 30, Ayat 30, that Allah talks about the fitrah. Allah is telling us that human transformation is real. Allah controls your transformation. The tafsir from the scholars of Islam said, well, this talks about our ability to live in this world, die. Allah creates you in a new world, in the hereafter. Alhamdulillah, that's exactly right. But this also is true in the fitrah of Allah, in Allah's creation as well. Allah can bring forth new life forms unseen. I'll give you 3 examples. When this ayat was given to the Prophet, Rome was in its decline. It was the largest empire on the planet Earth. The most dominant empire on the planet Earth at that time. The Muslim community was in its infancy. Unseen, unknown. A blip on the radar screen. In time, the Muslim community would eclipse the Roman Empire. Allah. In time, with Allah's plan, that which was the dominant reality collapsed, and a new reality, which was a baby, emerged and prospered and flourished by the plan of Allah. Let me give you another example in the fitrah of Allah. Dinosaurs ruled the earth for 100 million years. Let me repeat that. 100, it's inconceivable. You can't conceive of that timeline. There was a dominant species, a life form on this planet for 100 million years. Meteor comes, hits the ocean near the Yucatan Peninsula, creates an atomic winter. In 2 years, they were dead. A life form that had flourished for 100 million years was gone in 2 years. No matter how big, how prosperous, how powerful you might be, Allah can change your situation in the twinkling of an eye. That's why the believer stays humble. You know who succeeded the dinosaur? A little mouse-sized creature called a mammal. At that time, mammals were no bigger than a mouse. Why? Because they were getting bigger, they would have been food for the dinosaurs. They were the dominant life form. They ruled and they helped everybody. So in order to survive, they had to stay small until Allah brought about a change. I was reading something on CNN last night. I showed it to my brother, I'm staying with my brother, Amin here, before his wife, my sister, Sabaya. Known him for 20, 30 years. When I come down to Florida, I always have to stay with them for a few days. So I was showing them something on CNN about the whale. You know, a few million years ago, the whale was the size of a dog and had 4 legs and a tail. On CNN, I've got downloaded. Allah can transform life over millions of years, unseen and unperceived by us, but it's all in the planet. He can take you from a mouse to the dominant life form on the planet. He can take a small community of people who are just a small group in a desert, and they can spread and flourish and become a dominant life form on the planet. Never forget, never doubt the power of Allah. Inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir. Surely Allah has power over all things. This is the qadr of Allah. People say, what is the qadr from scholars? The qadr of Allah is Allah has placed a plan in place, put a plan in place, it operates over millions of years. Everybody who then understands that, who submits to that, okay, I'm going to submit to my purpose. I now am submitting to Allah's plan. I'm a part of Allah's plan. I become, that's part of my qadr now. Part of my Because I realize what my purpose is. I realize what my purpose is, and why now is giving me a destiny.